Alright, so to... Oh, shit. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna leave that in. So, to continue with my adventures in binge-watching anime, I decided to then move on and pick up One Piece from where I had left off, the beginning of the Water 7 arc. And for those who don't have... I guess I've never really talked about One Piece before, so yeah, I guess none of you guys have context for my history with One Piece, so let me just get into all of that. I started with One Piece in Shonen Jump magazine. So, like, when the very first issue of Shonen Jump dropped, that was my introduction to One Piece, and, like, Naruto and all that bullshit. And that's how I was reading One Piece on a month-to-month basis, like, a few chapters at a time. And, then, like, the 4Kids anime came out, like, the 4Kids version of the anime came out, and I was watching that. And I watched that, up until, like, partway into, like, the Alabasta arc. Like, probably, like, the first, probably fourth of the Alabasta arc. And I think that's kind of where I dropped off. And, yeah, like, like, then I just kind of just, moved away from One Piece for, like, a really long time. Like, I stopped keeping up with the manga in general because, for some reason, like, when I got to, like, the Reverse Mountain stuff, where, like, yeah, they're inside the whale and all that stuff, like, first getting into the Grand Line, I was so disinterested in that in the manga, and it's not even that long, and I had trouble getting through it. I just was like, fuck it, and I stopped reading One Piece. I even went back, like a couple of years later, I tried to accumulate shit tons more Shonen Jumps, and I'm like, let me try to do this again, and nope, I couldn't fucking do it. So, when Funimation started doing their, license it, and they started doing their releases, I was just like, hey, One Piece is now licensed in anime form. I'm more of an anime guy than a manga guy anyhow. I like Funimation for the most part, so I'm like, I'll pick up their sets, and I waited for their collection sets, because I was like, I'm not doing 13 episodes at a time. 26 episodes. There we go. That's my jam. So, like, I had been watching that all the way up until the Skypiea arc. Like, the Skypiea, and then, like, the filler that followed it, like, I think it was, like, the G8. And then, like, you know, like the Foxy Pirate stuff, which isn't filler, but might as well have been. And to give you guys context of, like my thoughts on One Piece, I fucking love me some One Piece. Like, what the fuck is the first? East Blue, there we go. The East Blue, arcs are, like, you know, I thoroughly enjoy those. The Arlong Park arc is fucking heart-wrenching, man. Like, that one, like, when you get into Nami's backstory, it's just like, ugh, the fucking feels. Like, I felt it the first time I read the manga. I felt it again whenever I watched, like, the butchered version that 4Kids did. And I felt it again whenever I fucking watched the uncut version. Like, it's the fucking Arlong Park arc, man. Goddamn. That was, like, a real high point for me for a very long time. And it kind of still is. It's still one of my favorite storylines in all of One Piece that I've seen so far. But, so... You know, like Alabasta, it's a cool arc. A lot of cool shit happens in it. I think it's too long. I kind of, like, I'm just like, you know, like, I feel like there are parts that are just like, but it's still pretty damn good for the most part. And then, you get into Skypiea. And Skypiea is some of the coolest shit. Like, thinking about that arc, I'm like, yeah, that arc's kind of disposable. Like, I don't really feel like that much really happens in it, but at the same time, I'm like, it's so fucking cool. Like, it's like Oda took all of his most creative ideas and dumped it into the city, and I'm like, how are we gonna fucking top this? You're not gonna top this. It's like I couldn't imagine an arc being more imaginative than this. And I was just like I don't know, like, how the hell is Oda really, how many ideas does this man actually have? Like, did he just blow his load in Skypiea? And then we get to the Foxy Pirates, And I mean, it's not bad. It was fine. It's just I didn't think Foxy was an interesting antagonist, and it's just like I just didn't care. I wanted to see like their next big adventure, and instead I'm seeing them play a bunch of doofy fucking competitive games with this asshole. And like honestly, I thought like the Foxy filler that they did, like where he comes back, like the Foxy Returns thing, is arc was like a little bit better than that. But yeah, so like where I left off last time was the very first episode of Water 7. So, and like the reason I stopped off there is because I ran out of box sets, and then I stopped buying the box sets for a while and I fell behind. But then I bought a shit ton of the box sets, and I'm finally going through them now, at very least to get through some of these arcs, because I don't have the entire Thriller Bark arc, so I have to like stop before I get to that at least. So, picking up Water 7, immediately I'm like, oh shit, this is really cool. Like Water 7 is such a cool environment. Like I said, like with Sky P, I'm like, oh fuck, did this guy just blow his load? Did he just blow all of his cool ideas? Is that it? No, fucking Water 7's awesome. Like the concept behind the fucking sea train is a cool idea. Just fucking Oda is so goddamn imaginative and visionary, and just like the trajectory that One Piece goes in is kind of where I wish Dragon Ball had gone, where instead of being focused on the next big planet-destroying, galaxy-destroying fucking big bad that we have to have these one-on-one fights with and unlock new transformations, I wish he had gone more the adventure route and explored the world and showed us new creative things, because Dragon Ball, like, I feel like, you know, there's so much creativity in its beginning, in its foundation, and there's still creativity to be found in it, but it becomes more formulaic, a bit more kind of just falling into its routine. Where, like, One Piece, it's definitely like your shonen action series, and it definitely, you know, has like a lot of the tropes that you would expect, but like Oda injects so much creativity and imagination into this series that it's just like it's awesome, you know. Like I can't think of any other fucking series that is just this wildly imaginative. And Water 7 just once again, like, you know, like the city that's like, you know, kind of filled with water and flooded, and they have like a sea train that runs through it, and they have like these fucking like canals, like, you know, like it's fucking Venice, and like the city is sinking, and it has like this kind of story to it. It's just like, yeah, no, like fucking Water 7 is sinking, and like, you know, that Water 7 is a city built on top of another city that had already sank, and like that's a cool fucking concept. So yeah, really, really goddamn imaginative Oda gets with this. But then, like, yeah, you're introduced to the Frankie family, which feels like they're going to kind of be the antagonist, and you're introduced to Galley Law, which is like this organization of shipwrights, and I'm like, well, are they going to end up being the antagonist for this arc? Like who are the Straw Hats going to be fighting here? Because I'm already familiar with Frankie in the context that that he is going to be their future shipwright. I know that much. That he's going to join the crew, that he's going to be their shipwright, and that in the time jump, he's going to have robot arms. Which I was completely unaware that he already had robot arms. Because I didn't realize this goofy-looking motherfucker was already a cyborg. By the way, I'm just going to fucking spoil this shit as I'm going, because it's One Piece. I don't know. Like, I have actually done a really good job of avoiding One Piece spoilers. Other than knowing, like, okay, like, you know, the guy with the big arms and the stars, you know, is their shipwright, and then they have a skeleton who's going to be their musician, and that, like, a certain someone's going to die in a few arcs from now. I really don't know jack shit about like the big spoilery stuff in One Piece, which I kind of like. Like, you know, I know there's going to be a time jump. I know kind of like the broad stroke things, but as far as a lot of details, I am completely oblivious. And so when I was introduced to Frankie and he comes off as this antagonist, I'm like, and this guy who like steals their money and like fucking like, you know, kind of leaves them broke and leaves them completely fucked without a means of getting a new ship. I'm just like, how the hell is this guy going to end up part of their crew? And just where this story goes, I wasn't prepared for, because I went into this, I'm like, okay, like, you know, trying to like, you know, go through like the shonen book of tropes, trying to figure out where this is, what obvious route this arc is going to take. And I couldn't have been fucking prepared for any of it, because it's just like, oh shit, fucking Robin has defected from the Straw Hats, and she tried to kill, like, the leader of Galley Law, who's the mayor of Water 7, the most beloved guy ever. And now everyone's after the fucking Straw Hats, because now the Straw Hats are wanted for trying to kill this guy. And, like, it turns out Frankie has, like, this whole fucking complicated origin story, this backstory, that's just, once again, Oda with just the heart-wrenching just backstories for his characters, man. Like, he just... For as fun and goofy and just self-indulgent as One Piece is, fucking Oda just, he pours so much heart and soul into these characters. And, like when you get into, like, Iceberg's backstory with Frankie and, like, you know, the origin of the Sea Train and how all these things tie together, it's just like, oh my god, this is, because, like, for a while there, it feels like the Frankie family, like, if you didn't know Frankie was going to join their crew, I could easily imagine myself just thinking, oh, they're just some assholes and this is who they're going to be fighting. They're going to be like some fucking rapscallions that they need to beat the shit out of. But then, like, their leader just drops this fucking, this emotional fucking, like, heart-wrenching moment on you when you get into his backstory. And then you get into, the whole CP9 thing, like, this organization that works for, like, the world government, and, like, how fucking shady, like, you know, the world, like, the government actually is in this series. Because, I mean, we've seen some shady shit in the government, but we've also seen, like, a lot of really great people. This is, like, straight up, oh, fuck, the government's kind of straight up fucking evil. Or at least certain members of it are straight up fucking evil. And, you know, we get more exploration on Nico Robin, just, you know, the stuff we start learning about her. I feel like some of the stuff that they really start getting into is, like, really, like, her origin story really starts coming into focus in the Ennis Lobby arc, which I've already started watching by the time I recorded this. So shit, what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, so there's some stuff about Nico Robin. So Nico Robin, you know, we don't know what the fuck's going on with her. It's this big fucking mystery. Why does she betray the Straw Hats? Why is she trying to kill this guy? Why is she, making them out to be the criminals? You know, like, framing her friends. And in this moment, I'm like, how are they going to redeem Robin? Because I know Robin's part of their crew. Like this is heinous, irredeemable shit. She is killing. First off, she's trying to kill a man in cold blood, and she's setting her friends up for the fall. What could possibly be her goddamn motivation for this? And then you find out, it's just like, oh, like, she's doing this to protect them, because even though she's making them an enemy of Water 7, like, if it's either that or they're, like, you know, the military has the authorization to do what's called a buster call, which basically just the entire fucking Navy is just gonna show up and wreck shit on the fucking, the One Piece crew, the Straw Hats, and there's no way they could possibly survive this. And because she cares so much about them, she would rather kill a man in cold blood and make her friends, wanted enemies of Water 7 than to just see them get fucking annihilated because they mean too much to her. and they're the only people who've ever shown her any type of compassion. She's even going to give herself up. She did this, like she's actually surrendering herself, and she knows that she's probably going to die, and it's just, fuck, man, I wasn't prepared. And then there's the fucking Usopp subplot. Like, fucking Usopp has this big fucking emotional breakdown because the Going Merry is breaking down. And the Going Merry, like, it can't make it. But, like, that's the ship that Miss Kaya gave him. So, like, it means the world to him. And he's been through so much with the Merry. And he just, like, he believes it's bullshit. And that that the Merry can be saved. And, like, him and Luffy, like, just had this big fucking falling out. And it is... I tweeted this out when I watched it. And I'm like, Usopp versus Luffy is the greatest fight in anime, possibly. At very least, I think it's the best fight I've ever seen. And other people are like, well, what about this fight? Well, what about that fight? No. Like yeah, there are anime with far better, like, animation and more bombastic, more over-the-top, energetic fight scenes. Better choreography, better whatever. To me, Usopp versus Luffy is, like, it has so much emotion and so much tension, and it is heartbreaking to watch it because you have these two characters that you have been watching throughout the course of this show. Like, Usopp was introduced, like the third arc of the show? Like, with Captain Kuro? Like, so he's introduced in, like, the Syrup Island arc, like, really early in East Blue, and we've seen him, go through East Blue into the Alabasta arc, the fucking the fucking Skypiea stuff, all the little all the little adventures they had in between. We've seen, like, Luffy and Usopp become just some of the, like, two of the best friends ever, and then to just watch their friendship fall apart for very personal, very, like, you can understand exactly what happened here and why these two guys are having this falling out and why they're having this fight, and that there's nothing that was going to stop it, and, like, these two characters are on this collision course. And it's heart-wrenching to watch these guys just fighting each other to the bitter end. And Usopp, like, being this gag character for so long, and now, because Usopp usually gets, like one cool moment per big encounter. Where Usopp, the cowardly guy with no special abilities, really shows his stuff and stands up and, like, does something cool. But here, like, he's going up against Luffy. Luffy is fucking superhuman. But, like, because he has this history with Luffy, he knows him inside out. He knows all of his strengths. He knows all of his weaknesses. He knows all of his abilities. He knows all of his limits. So, like, he gives Luffy just the most intense fight. And I would say, like, one of the big fucking moments is where Luffy has gotten through all of Usopp's bullshit. And, he comes through, like, I think it's like the Gum Gum Can where he throws his arms back and he just to just, go for, like, a final shot to take Usopp out. And Usopp's already taken one of Luffy's hits. Like he takes, like, a fucking, like, strong-ass hit, just tumbles, and he still gets up, and he still is fighting. But when he goes for that fucking, like, Gum Gum Cannon or whatever the fuck it was, and just... And Usopp had an impact dial. And he goes, that probably would have hurt. Let's find out. And he just launches that impact dial right in Luffy's face, giving him his own attack back to him. And the recoil on it is so strong that it actually just causes Usopp to drop in pain. And you just see the intensity on these two men. Like, it's oh my god, guys, it's so fucking emotional, and it's so fucking powerful. It's such a good fight. Like I have never seen so much emotion put into a fight before. Like I've seen like Batman versus Superman in The Dark Knight Returns, where it's just like two friends having to go at it, and it being like this kind of emotional thing. But this, I've never seen a fight like this. And I don't think I'm ever going to see a fight this good again. Like, oh my god! I've never thought that like an emotional arc could be built into a fight so well. And because it's one episode, it's one fucking episode, and like this fight is being juxtaposed with like these characters' memories of all the great times that they had, just making it that much sadder, that much more emotional. Fuck, man, I love the Water 7 arc. I wasn't prepared to love the Water 7 arc like I did. I thought the Water 7 arc would be cool. It'd be a fun time. I wasn't prepared for all of the emotional shit that happens in it. And really, this arc is just here to set up the Enies Lobby arc. Like right now, I don't know what the fuck Enies Lobby is gonna do. But it has some big fucking fills because the build up to this arc has been so fucking crazy, man. Enies Lobby better fucking deliver some crazy shit, like both emotionally and just spectacle wise. Because fucking Water 7, I wasn't prepared for. I have to say right now, I think Water 7's my favorite arc because it has all the imaginative things that I loved about Skypiea. It's not quite as imaginative as Skypiea, but it has a lot of those. It has a lot of that charm, a lot of that Oda charm going on in there. But then it has all the emotional depth that like Oda's able to bring into a story. Because prior to this, my big emotional high point for this series was Arlong Park. And here it's just, oh my god, because one of my favorite moments in Arlong Park is when Nami's breaking down crying and she just asks Luffy for help, and Luffy walks by her, and you think he's she thinks he's just gonna pass her by, and he puts his hat on her and he starts walking, and then Zoro joins him, and Sanji joins him, and Usopp joins him, and they're all walking, and there's that moment of those men are gonna save this city, And you get a moment similar to that in this arc, where, Usopp gets fucked up by the Frankie family, and they show up, and they tear ass on the Frankie family, and they're like, we don't have your money, man, and it's just this isn't about money anymore. You hurt one of ours. You're fucked. And oh my god, guys, the fucking Water 7 arc was so goddamn good. It was such an emotional roller coaster. I wasn't prepared for this. I thought I was going to get a fun, silly arc with some cool fights and some stuff. And there isn't a whole lot of fights, but there are, what is here is fucking top tier, amazing. And it's just the emotional depth of this arc I just wasn't prepared for. God fucking damn it, One Piece is such a good fucking show. If you're not watching One Piece, people, you're fucking up, man. Go watch One Piece. It's just, it's good. It may be the best shonen ever. There's a reason people are saying, it's a reason it's been, the most popular fucking thing in Japan forever now. The only thing that's recently dethroned it was, Dragon Ball Super, because Dragon Ball, and you put fucking Dragon Ball and nostalgia together, whatever, but fucking One Piece is goddamn gold. It's so fucking good. Oh my god. I'm gonna go finish watching the Enies Lobby arc. I'll talk about that when it's done, but oh fucking shit, guys. Zeon out, man. 10 out of 10. Goodness. Damn it, turn off. Ah!